Joining me now is Congressman Jason Chaffetz of Utah, member of the House Homeland Security Committee. Thank you, Congressman, for being with us. First of all, the law and the practicality. I was talking to Tom Donilon down at a national security conference this morning, the former national security advisor, and he said that there was absolutely no notification of Congress before the bin Laden raid, contrary to what had been said on some of the television talk shows yesterday by Republican critics, that in fact operational security trumps anything else, and that they had to move quickly within the last 5 days. What say you?
Well, there is law on the books, evidently, that says that the president shall consult with Congress, and I think that's why you're going to have congressional investigations, and that's why we should dive deeper into this. They may not have come to the same conclusion if they had talked to the Congress.
Well, there is the law that says that for 30 days, they have to have a 30-day notification before any releases from Guantanamo, but there was a signing statement that the president signed or issued associated with that law, basically asserting executive privilege and saying that he disagreed with it. So you can see the running room there. I want to ask you, though, about Susan Rice, the national security advisor, on CNN yesterday, saying that there was an acute health issue. Let's play that.
Given the acute urgency of the health condition of Sergeant Bergdahl, and given the president's constitutional responsibilities, it was determined that it was necessary and appropriate not to adhere to the 30-day notification requirement, because it would have potentially meant that the opportunity to get Sergeant Bergdahl would have been lost.
Are you persuaded, or is Congress going to look into what this acute health issue was? Because he was clearly well enough to be loaded on the chopper, to have written a note, SF, meaning Special Forces. He's now in Germany. They say he is in stable condition or serious condition. I will check that fact. Jim Miklaszewski was just reporting it from the Pentagon. If somebody can help me with that. But stable condition, I'm told. What was the acute health crisis that you think dictated that this be done without congressional notification?
Well, to your first point about the president signing into law something he thought was unconstitutional begs its own question. Why would he sign something into law if he thought it was unconstitutional?
Well, it's part of the Defense Authorization Act, so
yeah,
you know the answer to that yourself.
You can't veto those types of things, and to just flippantly say, oh, well, I'll go ahead and sign this even though I think it's unconstitutional, it has some concerns. But to point number two, that's one of the things we're going to look at. Look, God bless that this U.S. person is home, but there's bad and there's ugly parts of that. I mean, that's the good part, right? But the bad of this is we gave the Taliban their starting team back. We put the 5 guys that have led this organization, have allegedly killed thousands of people and been responsible for that, back into home confinement, which could potentially lead to them being back on the battlefield. That's where we've got a lot of concern. And then the ugly part of it is, yeah, the lack of consultation and interaction with Congress. Even though they don't like it, Mr. President, that's the way our Constitution's set up. That's the consultation that's supposed to happen. Even if you can't get to 30 days, at least try to give some sort of notification. There are ways to do that with the Intelligence Committee and others that could be more secretive, but I just don't like the way the president just decides to do this unilaterally. It's not part of the law, and it's not part of the spirit in which this country operates.
There are suggestions that this is the prelude